Good morning, beautiful souls. How are you? This is a 3-card pick a card reading. I have not done that in a while, so I'm very excited. We have a wonderful group of oracle cards. We have Kali Oracle from Alana Fairchild, Messages from Your Angels from Doreen Virtue, the Angel Number Oracle by the Pulp Girls, and Black Moon Astrology from Susan Sheppard. We have a lot of planets and different alignments that are going on. I thought that might be a lot of fun to see what we have going on there. We're also going to round it out with Crow Tarot and MJ Cullinane's deck. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Virginia. This is the Art of the Oracle. If you're coming back, much gratitude. I'm very excited for this reading. We're going to ask 2 questions. What do we need to release? And what do we need to let in? All right, so I'll come back with a collection of cards for you to choose from and some amazing crystals to help you be guided into your choices. So I'll be right back. All right, okay, so what I've done is I've actually pulled a collection of cards. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to show you the piles for 1, 2, and 3 along with the crystals so you can make a decision on which pile is kind of drawing you. Please, of course, feel free if you would like to see all of the different piles, and then you find that way that sometimes that's how information comes to you, is it resonates and you're like, oh yes, I know what that is. Then do it. Pick your pile however you'd like. This reading is up for you to answer the questions. What do you want to release, or what do you need to release, and what do you need to let in? So for pile number 1, we have the lapis lazuli stone, and with lapis we have Kundalini Shakti, and this is the image around it. Interesting, there's a blue that's mimicking the blue there. So that's for pile number 1. And then for pile number 2, we have Troma Nagmo. And I'll read all these when we get to the reading. And then we have this Charoite, this beautiful purple stone to go with that. And this is the Kali image for that, for pile number 2. And then we have Guna Tantrika. And this is the image for that one, along with rose quartz. So I'm going to leave this running just for a couple of minutes for you to kind of, see if something draws you in to a particular image, or if you, are drawn into the stone, whatever it is that you are drawn into. Follow that intuitive hit or that guidance. Or like I said, if you like the, methodology of going through and checking out each one of the readings, and then you feel which one resonates. Some people like visuals, some people like, several options, and some people are feelers. So whatever it is that is kind of speaking to you, follow that guidance. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll be back in just a moment with each reading. Pile number 1. All right, here we go. The questions are, what do we need to release? So let's see what we have with our very first card. We know that lapis lazuli, this beautiful, beautiful stone, is associated with the throat chakra, or also the third eye chakra. It's about balance and justice, about clarity of mind, right? So it brings in all of that. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit more clarity, or peace of mind, balance, if you're finding yourself a little bit unbalanced, you can bring in the lapis lazuli. So in this card around, I'll let you see it a little bit closer here. This is the Kali Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And what the message from Kundalini Shakti is, significant inner shifts are taking place. Energies are beginning to move in new ways. You may feel that resolution is hard to pin down at this time. So that is our releasing and letting go. Lean into unfamiliar territory with boldness, tempered by patience. So what that boldness brings in is that boldness brings in So it's telling the universe that you really want balance. This is what this lapis was bringing in. Like, you want this balance, you want this justice, you want this clarity. So lean into unfamiliar territories and be bold, but be patient. That's that feminine aspect. That leaning in is the masculine aspect. That allowing is the feminine aspect. It says you will become capable of many things on many levels that you were not capable of accomplishing in the past or previously. You shall arise afresh in a new path. So that's what's signified. It says you shall arise, a fresh new path is signified. What a beautiful message and a great way to start, because that is kind of saying, answering both of those questions. It's like, there is a resolution that you're having trouble. You know that you need to let go of something, but you're not exactly sure what it is that's creating that imbalance. So this reading is here to saying, yes, there is something that you need to let go of, and just kind of lean into the idea that you want to let go of anything that's no longer needed, maybe in meditation, just with the intention of it, and then allow that which no longer belongs to you. So hopefully that resonates. We're going to go to the angels and see what, Shanti, the angel of peace and a new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So that's what's coming in as you allow this thing that you're not exactly sure of to let go. What is it that is being let go? Shanti, as you can see, what's really beautiful, and I say this all the time, if you've come to my channel, you know that I really, really feel very tapped into the cards, and I'm loving this because both of these cards are saying the same thing. This has the lion here and the angel. It's about having the strength to move into unfamiliar territories. Lean into that because you know there's something that you've got, a little something hanging on. You're not exactly sure. And maybe what it's saying here is it may be a couple of things that you need to let go of, and that you may not have to know with your mind mentally. You may not have to understand it all, but lean into it and then allow the release to happen. That may be something that you'll just either know, if that's your intuitive sense, you'll feel when it's finally let go, or you'll see a difference in your life, because that's what it's saying is as that thing is let go of, a new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. And then we have 2, 1, 3, 4 with these numerical cards that's coming out. And I'm going to go to the guidebook. It has a little bit of information about what it means by achievement. And this speaks to me. So as you know, I see from this, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a sequence that goes from smaller to bigger. It's like taking you on a journey. But as you can see here, 2 comes before 1, so it's not quite in balance, which is causing all this imbalance. That's what I'm getting from this card, is that you're almost split. Like you have maybe pieces of yourself going in 2 different directions, which is why the 2 is first, and why you're not seeing that smooth understanding of exactly what it is that you need to let go, but that you can achieve what it is that you desire. Because you have the motivation. And yes, it says it's about finding harmony in the process as you move forward. So all of these 3 cards are saying the exact same thing. And then interestingly, you got 2 cards that are coming out for the Black Moon Astrology. Card number 14, which is Taurus and about I have. And then the second one is card number 33, and it's all about having the faith. Isn't that interesting that, you know, as we were moving into the beginning of these cards and we see this, we have 2 questions that we're asking. We're showing in this angel card, in the last card that we read, that there is kind of like, as you can see, her in the center, but there's a little bit of a split between like you being whole and complete and you being kind of fractured a little bit. And so if you're unaware of what it is exactly that you need to let go of, I feel like this reading is really speaking to you. To let you know that you don't have to know exactly what it is. Go through the motions, lean into it, recognize that, you know, as you move forward, your achievement, the smoother road is coming ahead. Again, we have the lion that's bringing in that energy of, you know, strength in moving forward, but we have the lion and the lamb, knowing that the strength comes from that allowing, from being in balance, which is where we began with the lapis lazuli. So in the Taurus, I'm going to read a little quote from Leonardo da Vinci that says, there are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, and those who do not see at all. So the I have, what is it? You are about to grow into something from which there will be beauty and abundance. That's about the I have card. That's about being able to step into the smoother tranquility, the being able, you have the achievement card. This bull is staring right at the level of achievement. So this is about, it says, this is the sign of the gentle gardener. Taurus people take their time with feet firmly planted on the ground. So they're again mimicking this strength, but the strength in the gentleness. So there's a strength in being able to allow. It's like you know who you are when you allow this thing to come in. So this is about the Taurus. It's a positive sign, and it's a very supportive indication that things will soon stabilize. But this Kundalini Shakti is really asking you to lean into the idea that you can release what you need and then to allow what needs to come in. And I think that that's where the faith card is coming in card number 33, which is the second card in the ninth house that is coming up right here. So as you see, this is a palm reader, and understanding that what I'm getting from this card is that, you know, we have this destined events that are coming out and unfolding for us. And that's what this is we're traveling through this space and time. We're receiving the abundance of information. We are here to release some things that no longer serve us. We don't have to have it all figured out with our mind. Sometimes I think it's better not to lean into the mind to figure everything out. But it's because I am a deep feeler. Some people need to analyze things. So whatever way works with you. But this card is about destiny. It's about fate. It's about karma. It's about coming into balance with who you are. 33 is a really, really beautiful number to have come out. So if you're looking at all of these cards that are moving, we have this 2 being recognized in the 2, what we're releasing and what we're letting go of. We have the 3s represented here and the 1s and 4s represented here. And then we have the 2, 1, 3, 4 there. So a quote that's following this by Anais Nen: we travel, some of us forever, to seek other states, other lives, other souls. It's about having the faith and knowing that that's exactly what we're here for. We're here for the journey. We don't have to have it all figured out. But this is about, the meaning of this card is coming forward to let you know to have faith on the journey itself, to not have to figure everything out. You don't have to know everything about what's being released or what's coming in, but to have the faith, know that abundance is part of it, the peace and tranquility, the balance is all part of it, about what is coming in for us. All right, so let's see if we can get some more information for pile number 1 today with the Crow Tarot. I had a lot of fun doing Crow Tarot on Friday. So what additional information do we need for pile number 1? Okay, this is a card that definitely wanted to come out. I love this card coming forward. So this is the 3 of Wands. And so as you can see is that he's moving from one place to the other. He's letting something, this is the past, and he's moving into the future. And what this energy is about, again, mimicking the 3 that we have here, having faith about knowing that you can cross over to the other side. You're leaving a point of things that seemed cloudy and you're going in to the highest wisdom and understanding. This is why this beautiful star is represented, and the mountains, is you're going from one state into a new state. Let's see how it, let's see, I want to make sure that the card's in there. Okay. Yeah, and so that the Three of Wands is about that creativity, that fire going forward, about creating and moving into another space. The next card coming out is the World, recognizing that through this card here, again, we have mimicked, I'm going to put this over here, we have mimicked the same thing here in the Lion, in the same position, down here on the wheel of you know, fate and fortune, as we have here, that notice that things are moving forward in exactly the direction that they need to move forward. Have faith that you are moving forward. This is also mimicked here in the Bull, in the I have. Know that you're going to be able to receive what you need. Have strength in your own knowing. Have faith in where you're going, that what you're receiving is going to be clarity of mind and achievement, and the abundance that you probably have felt like you have not been able to receive. Isn't this interesting? So the next card coming out is the Devil, and then we have the Knight of Cups. So a part of what may be, the Devil card is representative of the things that tie us into a place of it's like an attachment that you feel like you can't let go of, that thing that you have to have, whether you're addicted to alcohol or friends, or whether you're addicted to old patterns of not having. You need to let these things go. It's what's keeping the bird chained to this this rock. Everybody is chained to the rock. When you are unable to let go, because as you see from these two cards right here, this crow is, they're facing each other and they're recognizing that the world is available to you when you just move forward, when you release the old past. And then in this Knight of Cups, about allowing, it's like this is the heavy energy and this is the light energy. The Devil is not about evil things. It's about your attachment to the things that keep you in lower energy based places. So the Knight moves forward to allow the white light and the energy of abundance from the fish, and the white from the white knight moving forward. All of this is like the wings being able to move forward. Cups is about what you love. It's about walking away from this thing that kept you tied down to the weight of the way old things used to be, and allowing you to move forward with grace and love into a new space with flow. So isn't this interesting? So the last card here is about, so this is about being able to move forward with this abundance. This is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, interesting, it has twofold messages. It's when you are at the end of something and you're either letting go. So like this card, look at all that he's carrying forward. It's easy for him to move forward now with this full understanding of his creativity and his abundance. And it's light. This is not burdensome for him. It's like when you've released all the burdens of whatever the old used to be, and you're moving forward with so much abundance into the new state of being, the new creative flow. Let's see if there's anything else. Yep, there's one more card flying out. Well, you can't even see that it fell out. Okay, and the last card coming forward here is Judgment. And I'm going to put Judgment in the beginning. I don't know if you know a little bit about like the tarot, but in the tarot card, the Judgment is, as you can see here, all of these are little cairns, so they're rocks, they're things that built on top of things, and it's being liberated from the rocks. It's being liberated from that which you no longer need, and rising. It's like a rebirth into a new stage of being. It's that going into the next phase of development, leaving the old, heavy, dense things behind. So what you're releasing are old patterns. You don't have to know exactly what those old patterns know. You'll know because you'll start feeling lighter, or the energy around you, things will be happier. You'll see things that maybe create a little bit more excitement within you. Like you'll notice things, happier things coming in. That's when you'll know that you've released what you no longer need. And when you're allowing these new, beautiful, higher vibrational things, the light, the joy, the abundance, the being able to move forward, having everything that you need and carrying it with ease. Not having things that too much of, like, if you have a house full of stuff and it feels burdensome, it doesn't matter how much you have if it feels burdensome. So allowing yourself to let go of old practices, old ways, follow your intuitive heart and your intuitive understanding about this. You'll have the clarity of mind that you need to move forward. And that's what you're going to let in, is all of this new way of being. In the end, all is well, and you will have the balance and justice that you deserve moving forward. So pile number 1, I hope you enjoyed this message. Thank you so much for being here. If you like the channel, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already a member of the channel, I hope you will subscribe. And until next time, have a wonderful weekend. Bye now. All right, welcome back. Pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more light in here. I'm feeling like we could use a little bit more light. All right, so let's dive into your reading. We have 2 questions. What do you need to release? What do you need to let in? And we have this beautiful purple stone here, which I love. And the purple brings in this higher understanding, higher perspective. So it could be either your third eye or your crown, but it's also about calming the emotions. It's about calming, like if you feel you're a very sensitive person, it's bringing in that calming and gentle energy. So we're going to go to the cards that we put together. And this is your Kali energy, which, some of these cards are very unsettling. When you're looking at them, you're like, what is going on here? But let's read what she has to say, because we're asking what we need to let go of and what we need to bring in. And Trauma Nagmo says the spiritual cleansing and protective means necessary to overcome any obstacle shall be granted to you. All right, so as we know that we need to let go of something, and this is letting you know Kali's coming in to help you remove any obstacles to you letting go of something. It says you can trust in what is happening in your life, especially the things that are breaking apart or arising anew. I can't write this. That's exactly what we're looking at, is the things that we're letting go of, releasing, and what we are bringing back in. And the card says you can trust in what is happening in your life, especially the things that are breaking apart or arising. And I think it's both. Any pain that you might be experiencing now is so much less than the pain that would have taken root if certain circumstances were allowed to continue. So that's exactly what I was feeling when we were moving into this space, is that there are things that we just need to let go of. So old, outdated patterns, way of thinking, people, ways of being, systems. I feel all of that is letting go. But this is about you personally. So even though we are among this, environment where things are being broken down, there are also things that we personally can do to empower us to let go. And that's the crystal is bringing in that higher wisdom and calming your emotional energy. So that again is charoite. If you're, if you have a crystal shop and you're feeling like, wow, I really do, my emotions feel like they're all over the place, this will help calm that. And so this spiritual cleansing and protective means necessary to overcome any obstacles shall be granted to you. So that is part of what you can let in, that trust factor in knowing and releasing that, energy that feels a little bit frazzled. So we're going to look at what we have in the angel cards. This is Athena, and what Athena is bringing in is this ability to understand your power and strength. This is very similar to what I was reading in pile number 1. It's very interesting because they're picking up, the energy today is picking up that we all need to release things, and we all need to bring about our own sovereignty, our own personal power. It says you know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So it's okay to step into that power. If you're, not used to being or feeling powerful, this is really asking you to put down any of those old beliefs that might keep you from feeling your power and moving forward. So the next card is 22, which is bringing in harmony. So if you're a kind of a numbers geek like I am, 4 is stability if you add 2 and 2 together, which is this harmony, the stabilization of things in your life. But also the 22, the 2s could be bringing things together for you. So are you, hoping that you can bring somebody new into your space? Or these 2 aspects that we're looking at here about releasing and letting in. There's an opening that occurs when you release things that you no longer need. So card number 22 is reminding you of that, is that there are beautiful, loving energies around you, and bringing in the understanding of harmony or reciprocity in relationships. So if there's an old, I don't know, what I'm hearing is sandpaper. Like if you're in a relationship where you feel like you have to tiptoe around things, that this is bringing in some harmony. And hopefully it's letting you understand that some healing, some cleansing. If you feel like there's an obstacle, and if you feel like every time I move forward, there's something that's blocking the way, know that Kali is bringing in an energy that is being granted, and know in your heart that all obstacles are being removed. You can even say a mantra that says, I remove all limiting beliefs and obstacles to move forward into my highest guidance and powerful state. I'm moving into harmony and the understanding of balance in my life, and I'm surrounded by loving energy and new wisdom. So you can move forward, either whether it's coming into a stable space or whether you need to allow things to come into your life that help nurture you. So lastly, what we're bringing is change. Oh, wow. So this is card number 43, the lunar eclipse, which is bringing in change. This is about understanding that the only constant is change, right? It's like everything is moving all the time. And the recognition that things are constantly moving, and then it benefits us, that our whole body is in constant motion. Everything around us is energy and constantly moving. And it's not a bad thing. There's a quote in the guidebook here around this lunar card by Buddha. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Okay, and so right, so things are true and untrue. All this stuff about fake news, fake news is like an oxymoron. They're telling you that it's fake. And I think what's happened now is that they've created an environment where it no longer, you don't even know what's truth. Because even the truth, some people that don't like what they're hearing are calling it fake. So just because you don't like what you're hearing doesn't mean that it isn't true. What it means is there's something to be released within you. So if you move towards harmony, your true power, you're moving forward because you understand that we're all connected within this space. That's where harmony is. Harmony sits in the unity of life, in the balancing of our divine masculine and feminine. So this lunar eclipse card it's kind of about change, and it's kind of saying that sometimes it'll be unexpected change, and it may be hard, but don't allow that. Whatever it is, have the trust and the faith to know that, because it says you can trust in what is happening, especially the things that are breaking apart or arising anew. So if you're fearful of that change, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means that it makes it harder. So I love tarot. So in the guidebook, it says, do not be alarmed, because this altering of your life is essential in getting you where you need to be. We're all here to share our gifts and lead others to theirs. It is never an easy path, especially if we resist it. So this is, there are gradual things that are barely noticeable, but the bigger changes are the ones that kind of shake us off our, pedestal, off of our belief system, off of those things. So this is letting you know that it is, any pain that you might be experiencing now is so much less than the pain that you would have taken root if you wouldn't have let go of if you continued down the path that really you probably recognize that wasn't working for you. So whatever the issue is, the things that are brewing up, the things that are bubbling over, it's the moon is kind of part of this emotional. So that's what I'm getting from all of these. There's a lot of emotion, different levels of emotions that are keeping you kind of in a space of pain and not understanding what's going on. And I think you really need harmony in your life right now. And the cards are all saying that's what you have to let go. You have to let go of that thing that you know you have to let go of. Unlike reading number one was kind of like there was this unseen thing, like something just didn't feel right, but you weren't exactly sure. This is, I feel like that there are things that you need to let go of. That even if it's another person, for instance, that person may be feeling you moving away and putting more and more obstacles to that actually happening, but you both need. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you that the cards are saying that there is something in your life that you're aware of that you need to let go of, and that there is so many things that are keeping you in that space, but it's time for you to release those things. It's a cycle when things may seem like they're being lost, and you may be feeling pain around letting those things go. But if you stay, it's even harder than if you go, if you understand what I mean by that. So let's bring in the Crow Tarot and give us some more guidance. Okay, so these two cards. Okay, so this is the Four of Wands. And as you can see in the Four of Wands, it's really about stability. You will have, as you're releasing this, what's coming in for you is this stability, the coming together. This is about four. It's about having, like the four corners of a house, having the energy or the creative essence to be able to move forward in this new moment. And it's going to come about quickly, because this is the Chariot card. Let me see where I can put this where you can see it. Yeah. So the Chariot brings in this fast moving energy that once things are finally allowed to let go and this change is happening, that things are going to move quickly. The Crow is moving. He's moving into this ability of knowing who he is, his own personal power and strength, and moving out of, this is the clouds with the lightning coming down. He's moving out of all that. Oh, there we go. Two more cards just popped out. The cards have been really interesting lately. It's like they're not even letting me shuffle. They're just like popping up for us. So then we have the Six, more of this creative, fiery energy from the Wands. This is about recognition. And I think this is not only about you recognizing, but as you release this stuff that's kind of holding you back into a space of, I understand when you're in relationships where it constantly feels like your energy is being sucked back in. Like either they're really needy, like you have a big heart and you don't want to let go, so you go back in and it's all about them. When you release all this negative pull, taking you back in or keeping you stuck in different circumstances, whether it's a job and you're doing it because you don't, they need you or whatever it is. It's like once you let this go, this energy is going to move very quickly into a space where you're going to be recognized and see. She's in the sun, or he's in the sun, being recognized. You're going to see yourself in a new way. I think that you have this ability to help others in a really big way, but perhaps your energy, you're being stuck in a place that maybe, I'm seeing it somewhat as a relationship, whether it's a business relationship or a personal relationship. Then they're all relationships. We're all in relationship with something. Maybe it's a relationship with your family, but that's what I feel like. I feel like there is some other aspect of something that is pulling you in a direction that you really need to let go of. The King of Swords right here in the middle of your reading is about the ability to understand, to see things in a new way. The Swords cuts through all the BS. The Swords comes in when either by someone coming in to create this clarity of mind or new information, or it's an aspect of you where you finally see things clarity. I'm seeing from this card that it could be an aspect of you where now you're going to be able to look back and see all the drama and what was holding you back into that old energy. So let's see if there are any additional cards. Yeah, so we have 2. So the 2 cards that are coming forward, again, this is about releasing. So as this moon energy, and I said it felt like there were levels. There were lots of levels of maybe emotional thing that's keeping you into this other thing. This is about you turning your back on all those. The cups are now empty. You've felt all those emotional pain and suffering. You've had joy. You've had good times. You've had bad times. And perhaps the reason why you got stayed stuck in that is because you could relate to the good times as well as the bad times. But the 8 of Cups is about you turning your back on all that, about you looking to the mountain, to the higher perspective. You can release all this. It's about letting go. It's about letting go of old emotional things. And then the moon, look at the moon. It's like the moon is coming in because it's allowing you, she's looking at her own reflection. And I feel like for the first time, you're going to be able to see yourself, the reflection of who you really are. When we're tangled up in relationships that have so much going on, we lose ourselves in that. You know how they say some people start looking like their dogs? It's the same thing when we're in a relationship and we're so entangled on so many different levels that we don't even recognize what's theirs, what's ours. And it kind of becomes a little bit of both. It's like their crap becomes our crap. And this is the ability to let it go. You're now going to see, you'll have the clarity of mind to see that past. You're going to see yourself in a new light. The moon is mimicking that. There's kind of a mysterious thing that is going to come in for you. That is something that you could never have seen in a million years. That is going to be able to open up. It's like the moon, like the clouds shifting, and you're going to see this new wisdom and power about you. So you are going, I feel like it's going to be more about you in your own abundant power. You're going to see the layers of what was not you fall away, and the mysteries of why you were so entangled for so long in this thing that you needed to let go of. The spiritual cleansing and protective means necessary to overcome any obstacle shall be granted to you, and you can trust in what is happening in your life, especially the things that are breaking apart and arising new. Any pain that you might be experiencing now is so much less than you would have experienced had you stayed in that old dynamic. This is about you being able to, it'll happen quickly once you make the decision that you're going to release all this multi-layer, the connection, that two, where your heart is tangled up in whatever this mess is. I believe is finally you're going to be able, that's why I think the King of Swords is right here under this 2-2 situation. Because I feel like you're entangled in whether it's a job, a personal relationship, whether it's family dynamics that are really bringing you down. It's time. Allow your grace and glory to come to you. Let go of the old stuff and become anew. So pile number 2. I think that is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in a personal reading at any time, I am available. Just follow the link and reach out through my email. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye now. Pile number 3. Oh, I'm so exciting. So the readings have been really, really deep and just very supportive. So I have no doubt that this one is going to be the same. So let's take a look at what you've chosen. I love doing these 3-card pick a card readings because your energy with my energy, I'm bringing about information that you most need to see. And the questions that we were asking in the beginning is, what do we need to release and what do we need to let in? And we start off your reading with just this beautiful polished rose quartz. And as you can see, I have rose quartz. I love rose quartz. Yeah, because rose quartz is all about love, right? So it's about emotional healing and love and that nurturing feeling. It's also allowing you to uncover old patterns and to release those things. When you release those things, as always, it opens up your heart. And I feel like I'm going to bring in this heart here because I think that maybe there is a clearing, either love, something that your love is either coming in, something is really expanding your heart in a new way is what I'm feeling, even before we get in. So this is really a beautiful card from the Kali Oracle. So let's see what it has to say. Guna Tantrika. It takes strength of spirit not to override inner knowing with social pressures or an inhumane expectation for constant performance. I'll read that again. It takes strength of spirit not to override that inner knowing, that social pressure that has been inherent, what everybody else has been telling you about that constant expectation for you to perform. Do you resonate with that? Are you one of those beautiful souls that feels the need to constantly be doing and performing for yourself and for others, to be able to validate who you are, to be able to have a, it's when you learn that ability to truly love yourself and you follow what feels like loving in your heart, that is a gift in itself. So the card says, trust in the shifting cycles to give yourself what you need for well-being, no being benefits when you are at odds with yourself. You have that inner power and capacity to be at peace with your being now. So isn't that interesting? I brought the heart in, and I think the heart in is like you already love others a lot, and I feel like you give a lot, and you always have this desire to do more and better. But what you need right now is this. You need to let in the love of yourself, to release anything that you feel like the need that you have to do for others, you have to perform. That's what you need to let go and let this love in. So Serena is your angel card. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will be happening. What's really beautiful is I see all this soft energy around you. You see these pinks and purples that are really becoming very abundant. And her arms are open to receiving. So whatever it is, it's saying the abundance. You will receive the money. That's very specific. So if you've been like over giving to others, it's about allowing your heart to open up and know that you deserve the abundance that you are desiring. So let's see what the card here for 8-8. Oh my gosh, look at that. More purple energy and reward. So the 8-8 energy is, it's this infinity. We just left Lion's Gate. We're probably still in some of that energy now. That 8-8 energy is about success and prosperity, manifesting rewards, the green light to go forward on your path of this abundant allowing of what you need. It takes strength to override the pressures of your conditioning to allow this beautiful loving energy and the receptivity of the abundance which is inherently for you. If you're working towards something and you're desiring money, this is saying that there is beauty. It says this beauty is quite a blessing. So do a quick vibe check. What are you investing your energies as? Pay attention. Take the attention off of others and bring the attention into you. So you got 2 cards here. And look at this. We have the 8th house of endings and beginnings. And that's what our reading was all about, is what are we letting go? What are we bringing in? And then you have this beautiful sun. So as these old things are letting go, you have Tutankhamun right here, this beautiful golden energy, this ability to recognize the strength and inherent loving nature that is available to you, the rewards, the gold coming in, along with the gold of the sun spirit at the end. I'm going to go into the guidebook and see what it has to say about the 8th house of new beginnings. There is a quote by Edvard Munch, who is the guy that painted The Scream, if you know that painting where it looks like kind of like a ghost-like image. And he's screaming. And what I see in that for you, it's like when you've received the money and you put your hands to your face and you just scream out loud like, yes, you're completely embodied with the reward, the money that you've needed. And you're like, I can't believe I finally got it. So from death, flowers shall grow, and I am in the flowers, and that is eternity. So as you recognize that you have to release some old things to be able to accept the new. And the old things, what I'm hearing, the things that you need to let go on is social pressures and expectations for you to perform. You're a being, you're not a robot. You don't have to constantly fill your life with things to do, with more things to do. That you know, maybe you're afraid that you're not going to have the money to move forward if you don't keep doing this or going forward. But all of this is saying that you will have that abundance. You will have what you need. It says that the meaning is clear on this third card, 32. You're in a period of great transformation. Your matter in question, whatever it is that you know, if you came in with a question, for me, the 2 questions is what are we releasing? And we know that we have to evaluate their life choices and that there are things within that need to leave us. And from what I'm getting from this, it's that feeling that either you're not worthy, which is underlining that feeling to constantly be doing. But whatever it is, you just have to know that you deserve the abundance. It's okay. You have the reward. Let go of the feeling of lack or that you need to do a lot. If you grew up in that household where it says you have to work really hard for money, and if you don't look really hard, you don't get it, that's something that you need to release and allow the golden new beginning to come in. But you have to let go of something to be able, if your hand is completely closed because you're holding on to that old understanding, you can't receive the rewards and the money and it's saying to have faith that it's coming in. The 8th house indicates really that it suggests that visionary dreams, if you're seeing things, that it kind of is confirmation on some of the things that you're seeing. It's about letting go of old dynamics. And I think that that's really spelled out in the very first card. So let's see what, the card number 1 is bringing in, because when the sun and the spirit comes in, it's about vitality and energy. And we all know that when we let go of the density or the things that need to let go, it actually releases and opens up for new. And that is the sun spirit coming in. So let go of these old expectations, these old need to perform, that do mentality that is keeping you so busy that when you finally sit down, it's like your brain, everything just has to shut down. You're allowed to be able to just rest and read a book, or to sit with the flowers, or go for a hike or a swim or whatever it is. And the sun, it says, rules over the conditions of the body. It's a return to the light and the ability to transform and to rise into health, vitality, and dynamism. The sun is the strength of what we put our focus on. So isn't that interesting that the sun and that focus, what it's saying is, as you let go of an old focused energy, you can focus your energy in a new direction, which is bringing about the rewards and the abundance. It's very encouraging to have this card in the spread because it's positivity that is kind of trumping anything that you might have felt that is related to some of these old past conditionings. It brings in new creativity and just, so like if you're so busy doing things and you're like, oh, I've always wanted to paint, but I don't have time to paint, or I always want to sew and I don't have time to sew. This is bringing in the ending to all that stuff that you feel like you need to do, because recognize that it's like it has been conditioned in your being, and it is false. It is something that you need to let go of, and probably some of it never was you, but it became part of who you thought yourself to be, because it was just, you know, when you do things for a long time, it becomes part of you. But the abundance is coming. It's okay to let go of some of those things, these old conditionings, and the money will still be available, whether it's through, okay, I feel like this is one of the cards. The Hierophant, yes. So this is a card that comes in when you're looking at learning a new educational thing. So it could be maybe you're learning a new craft. Maybe you're learning something new about yourself. I love this because the Hierophant is the key to being able to move into something new. So what you need to let in is either, if you're thinking about going into a different trade and you want to learn something new, it's kind of encouraging you to do that. And the 5 card is about change, changing your old belief system and going into a new. Sometimes the Hierophant is about these new, the structure of this old system of learning, whether it be school or the things that you're, you knew, but because he's illuminated and he has like angel wings around him, it's the ability to understand that there are new systems of learning coming into you, and at the same time you can let go of the old. So what more comes in? Yes, so there is some, so this is about not being able to see the relationships of kind of that old way of thinking is what I'm hearing from this. The Swords is about the things, the way that you receive information or the way that you communicate, and when things are blocked and you can't see. And if you look at this card, is looking at, so what this is telling me with these 2 cards coming out together is that you're not seeing that this old that what you learned, what you grew up in, it kept you stuck. It kept you trapped as opposed to being able to let go. This bird is blindfolded, but still balancing. It's not really seeing the implications of the old system of learning that was kind of imparted on them. And there's another 5 coming in. And when you can't see the old systems, it keeps you in this feeling of being lax. So the 5 is about not seeing these 2 birds, again, mimicking in these 2 of Swords. It's this closed off thinking and not being part of the abundance that is naturally you. These are the things that are letting go. So thank you for that beautiful information. And let's see what else. Okay, I kind of feel like this. Yes, look, we have the sun coming in again. So isn't it interesting? All of these are looking back. You have always had the key. Like the knowledge was to give you an open. Knowledge is inherently the key to be able to open new doors of awareness. But when the knowledge is steeped in old systems that were closed systems and not allowing growth into the systems, then it keeps you stuck in old patterning. You have the sun here twice. It's like something really amazing is coming in. The rewards are coming in. And yes, you have the Queen of Wands. And as you see this is about you stepping into your own strength. This strength is double. The sun is all around you. The Queen of Wands, it's about this feminine aspect. I feel like there's something that you really can create as you let go of all this old conditioning. So that's what's being released, this old conditioning, the social pressures, the expectations of you to perform, and you have something really creative within you that is ready to be born, that is ready to be birthed as you let go, because this old way of being is really already dead. It's already outlived whatever that, the lesson was that you were in that to learn. The old system taught you things. Sometimes it teaches you who you are not. And that's what this is about. Releasing the things that are not you. Step into your abundance. Receive the rewards of this golden new energy that is coming in and allowing you to create, whether it's literally being creative as a painter or a sewer or a baker or whatever it is that you can now explore within yourself, because all of this old stuff is ready to go. It's all ready to go, but you have to make the decision that this is no longer, if you're not happy with the old system. If you are perfectly happy with the old system, then by all means stay in that system. But if it's not working, it's time. See the light, see the beauty and the gifts of the old system, that it was supposed to be the key, but perhaps you never got what you needed. And it just kept you staying in the system of trying to perform. Pick up the key, move forward, unfold remove the blindfold, rise, fly up into the tree, because the sun is here. It's all here. It's all ready for you to move forward. So pile number 3, I think that is your reading. Love yourself. You deserve the rewards, the abundance that is there and waiting for you to accept it, to accept the love and give yourself that love that you deserve. That love that you, I think, probably give to a lot of other people. So pile number 3, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I really enjoy giving these readings. And if you're interested in a private reading or a personal reading, I have an email link below. Just reach out to me and we'll set something up and we can answer any questions that you have, specific questions that you have. So this is your reading for today. Have an amazing day. And until next time, have a sun-filled, illuminated day. Bye now.